I often like to give people food for thought. Here's an important one. Don't be too strict. If you're too strict, you risk losing the craft. As far back as I can remember, I've always liked Thai art. As a kid, I loved to draw stories from the Ramayana, like the story of Tookkatoon I saw on temple walls. I could do anything that was about Thai art. When I finished high school, I was afraid that if I couldn't draw or do Thai art, what work would I do? So I changed my life. I stopped doing anything about Thai art and instead studied advertising. I became a creative art director for an ad agency. In the past, if anyone asked me what job I did, I'd answer with pride that I was an art director. I was too ashamed to say I made traditional Thai puppets. But today, well, I'm proud to say I'm a puppeteer. The first step is making the model. I have to sculpt it out of clay. Then I make a mold out of resin or fiberglass. When I'm finished, I apply patterns and designs using molds as well. Then I dress it up with jadas and crowns, then paint them in gold paint, decorate them with crystals and coloured glass, the way I want it to look. This is an important step, painting the face. The beauty of the puppet lies in its face. I try my best to make it look as good as I can and as lifelike as possible. I try to make the eyes look as if they sparkle, as if the puppet's really seeing with them and expressing emotions. It takes a lot of concentration because the lines need to be sharp and delicate at the same time. The first time I ever saw puppets was at a shopping centre. I got an idea. Nobody makes these puppets. Surely I could sell them if I could. I got in contact with many people who made traditional Thai puppets. They didn't really cooperate. They saw me as just a middleman. When I asked them to teach me, they refused. So I taught myself. I read textbooks, visited museums, researched anything on traditional Thai marionettes. I practiced clay making, drawing, etching and sculpting, sewing, gilding, everything about puppetry, which was a huge amount. But I put in a great effort and in the end I could do it. In the end I made one set of traditional Thai puppets. I became the first puppet maker to sell directly. I had no competitors. I could sell them and make money out of them, but I was afraid someone would come and copy my techniques. I worried all that knowledge I'd amassed would be stolen. I wasn't happy. Then one day, a customer asked me how to work the puppets, and I couldn't do it. Then I discovered the name of Chun Sakun Gao, a national artist in the field of Thai puppetry. I asked her if I could learn how to operate Thai puppets and how much it'd cost. At that time, Chun was 90 years old and in a wheelchair, but she got her child to wheel her over to me. She patted my head softly and said, "Just coming to visit me has made me happy." She taught me how to operate the puppets. She taught me so many things, and she had great happiness in teaching me. Once when I drove home, I thought to myself, what am I doing? I have a career as an art director, but why aren't I happy? In the end, I was learning every tip I needed to know about puppetry, where to buy the raw materials, how to sculpt them into shape, how to gild the puppets to make them beautiful, everything. And it all proved what Choon had told me. I'd found true happiness. You don't need too many things to make an outfit for the puppet. Really, it's just a square of fabric. But what makes traditional Thai puppets stand out is the embroidery. The colors we use must reflect the character of the puppet, but we can adjust the fine details in any way. As for the body of the puppet, it's just a bamboo tube with shoulders. In the past, they used coconut husks. Another part is the arms. Actually, we use ordinary wooden chopsticks that we eat noodles with, but a little bit longer. Then we sculpt the hands out of clay. Can you believe it took me 1 year just to master one single technique for operating the puppet? That was a special walking movement. It's so difficult. I'll never forget the day Puppet Master Choon said to me, "You work the puppets beautifully." She said something else. She said, now that I'd mastered it, I had to pass on the knowledge. Then, on the day Master Choon passed away, that was the day I started to teach. I opened a school for students to learn traditional Thai puppetry. I've been doing this for 17 or 18 years now. The audiences are growing, but they're mainly older people. We don't see many young people coming to watch the shows. That's a problem because the older generation is starting to pass away. Where will traditional Thai puppetry find a stage in the future? We need to make changes. We're adjusting the puppets to make them more modern. Like these ones resemble dancers at a Thai country music show. These ones can open their mouths. These ones look more lifelike and realistic. The stories come from old literature, but we set them to music and modernize them. Use mapping and animation. This attracts larger audiences. But on the other hand, there are many critics who say this is not true traditional Thai puppetry. It's destroying the Thai culture. I won't argue against that. I'm just saying we're offering a way to keep the art alive. Thus, my Tookkatoon School of Puppetry serves two functions. It serves to preserve the traditional art as well as developing the art. Both functions have to exist side by side. What we see as the big picture is a unique art which our forefathers developed over hundreds of years. In which direction should we go? If we're too staid in our ways, it vanishes. If we continue to develop and spread the word, it has a chance to live on.